Who you got? This time around, we compare two of the best guards and flat-out scorers in NBA history, Dwayne Wade and Allen Iverson. We will take an in-depth look at their highest scoring seasons, 08-09 for D. Wade and 2005-2006 for AI. What makes this comparison even more interesting is the fact that these two guys played against each other, and you won't believe what the head-to-head record was. You got it, all knotted 8-8. There is no doubt that Wade and Iverson are two of the best guards in the history of the game. They didn't play quite the same position though. D. Wade was a 6'4", 220-pound combo guard who could also play the small forward position, while the answer was an undersized shooting guard, compact in a small 6 foot, 165-pound frame. Think twice before calling AI small or undersized though. Iverson didn't back down from anyone or shy away from the lane. During his NBA career, he racked up tons of injuries and played through most of them. Once, he hid from the referees that his mouth was bleeding and spit under his jersey so he wouldn't have to leave the game. So if you need a definition for practice, I mean toughness, AI is the one. That toughness was on display from the start of his career. As a rookie out of Georgetown, when Iverson had the famed crossover of Michael Jordan in 1997. I mean, he didn't break Jordan's ankles, but he had him on the skates for sure. Jordan gave AI his props in person several years later.
No, I mean, that was a great move. We never know if we have to play a one-on-one game. I think he could beat me on the perimeter, but
D. Wade was no stranger to contact either, as he drove to the basket relentlessly and never let a bigger defender or shot blocker keep him from finishing strong. In fact, Wade has the most dunks of all time by a player 6'4" or under with 1,098. He played through injuries as well. In fact, in his second year at Marquette, he played with a torn meniscus. The injuries piled up in the NBA as well, as he never played a full 82-game season in his career. D. Wade was also one of the most explosive guards in the league and was a real dog on both ends of the floor. He was well respected in the league and made a name for himself long before LeBron moved to Wade County. Drafted by the University of Marquette, D. Wade came into the league NBA ready and quickly opened the eyes for opposing teams. He heroically led the Miami Heat to an NBA title in only his third season in the league, something that Iverson was unable to accomplish with Philadelphia or any other team. Wade won with Shaq by his side in 2006, while Iverson went against Shaq and lost in the 2001 NBA Finals, largely with a roster of role players and an older Dikembe Mutombo. Before we compare two of their best seasons, let's take a quick look at their head-to-head battles. Even though they never faced each other in the playoffs, they still had some epic games against each other. As already mentioned, both won 8 of 16 head-to-head matchups. Iverson averaged 27.6 points per game against Wade, while the Heat guard was a 26.3. D. Wade scored a high of 48 against Iverson, and AI responded with 45. Now, let's dive deep into their respective season. In the 2008-2009 NBA season, Wade was named to the All-NBA First Team and All-Defense First Team, and he finished third in the MVP voting behind LeBron James and Kobe Bryant. Any other season, and Wade could have easily been named MVP with all those accolades. Iverson was only voted to the All-NBA Third Team in the 2005-2006 season. Wow, All-NBA Third Team averaging 33 points per game. The league must have been really competitive that season. Yep, we had prime Kobe Bryant dropping 35 a game. Rest in peace, Black Mamba. So, if you take a quick look at the stats, they are pretty close. Both players had great scoring seasons. As a matter of fact, the highest scoring seasons of their careers. One slight difference is that Wade was the NBA's top scorer in the 2008-2009 season, averaging 30.2 points per game, while Iverson was second on that list in 2005-2006 with 33 points per game. When it comes to shooting percentages, Wade was the better of the two. The Heat guard shot 49.1% from the field, which is very high given his position, especially considering the number of shots per game at 22, and the fact that he was the focus of opposing defenses. Wade nor Iverson were good three-point shooters, both shooting below the league average those 2 seasons. D-Wade only made 31.7 of his 3.5 attempts per game that season, while AI had the slightest edge at 32.3% on 3.1 attempts. Iverson came into the 2005 to 2006 season after winning his 4th and last scoring title. He was dropping 33 points per game, which is outstanding, but his field goal percentage was not that impressive. If we consider his shot selection, shooting 44.7% from the field is understandable, and we can only wonder what it could have been if he shot at least as good as Wade did in that given season. One shooting category in which Iverson was the clear-cut better of the two was from the charity stripe. AI was around 81% on 11.5 attempts, while Wade was just above 76% on 9.5 attempts per game. Wade had an outstanding season on the boards, snagging 5 rebounds per game. Defensively, he was second in the league with 2.2 steals per game and 1 block per game, which is rare for a guard. No wonder he was first-team All-NBA and All-Defense. Iverson was no slouch either, with almost 2 steals per game, but it is safe to say his impact wasn't felt much beyond that. At 6 feet, blocking shots and getting rebounds wasn't a strength of his game. When it comes to getting teammates involved, it's pretty close as both players were excellent with over 7 assists per game. That's impressive being the #1 scoring option on your squad. As D-Wade once said, no team works out teamwork. Both D-Wade and AI were fearless competitors. It would take a missing limb to keep those two off the court. AI on playing injured stated, "I could never ever sit out of a game if something wasn't broken, or I simply couldn't play." D-Wade had his perspective on injuries as well, saying, "I'm going to play through the pain because this is my job." So, who you got in this matchup? It is a fact that both D-Wade and AI were among the top 5 players or maybe even the top 3 in the league in their prime. Wade was in a better situation to win as he had great teammates in Miami, while the feeling is that AI never got the right support in Philly. He played alongside C. Webb for 1 season, but Webber was already slowed by injuries from earlier in his career. Both Wade and Iverson were ahead of their times for sure and would easily be as dominant in today's NBA. That'll do it for this video. Hey, we're cooking up really good matchups for upcoming videos. Feel free to comment below what you'd like to see and subscribe so you don't miss out. Be down with OTB. Catch you on the next one.